Cool. We're recording. So let me introduce Beth. Beth came to visit me about a year ago, Beth?
Yeah, just under a year ago.
Yeah, a year ago. And Beth was in a bit of a different place than she is now. So I asked Beth if she'd come on here and share her story with you. She motivates me every day. She has completely changed her life around from being sedentary to now active. So, Beth, when did you know you needed to make a change?
So because I worked in an office, I was just sat down all the time, putting weight on. I was never really happy. So always tried all the different diets. So I've literally tried Slimming World, Slim Fast, cutting carbs, everything. And then we was at work and we had a little golf tournament, and my manager at the time took a picture of me, and I seen it and I was like, wow, needed to make a change. And then that was when I got in touch with you, Kirsty.
Yeah. So since Beth and her journey, you started off, Beth, didn't you, looking at food and exercising. Actually, the first thing she did was increase her exercise. So we started exercising 3 times a week.
3 times a week, yeah.
Times, wasn't it? We took it steady, step by step. Beth hadn't really used weights before. Had you used weights much before?
No.
But we started off with more body weight, and Beth became stronger and stronger, and she started losing weight. And once she was quite confident with the weights, we brought in food, didn't we, Beth? And we used MyFitnessPal as a bit of a support. And do you want to share what happened when you first started using MyFitnessPal? What you found in your diet?
So when I first started using it, I thought I was being really good, eating the right things, eating all the right foods. And then I started using MyFitnessPal probably a few weeks into the training with Kirsty, and then I had a summer salad. So I had the veg, some quiche, I had some little mini Scotch eggs, and I put it all into MyFitnessPal. I had a look at the nutrients, and it was all fat. The quiche was just pure fat. The Scotch eggs were pure fat. So apart from the salad.
but the calories were right. So Beth was spot on with her calories. And then when she started looking at the breakdown, that's when you saw changes in your body, wasn't it? When you started looking at the macronutrients and the protein and the carbs and trying to have a healthy balance. So Beth's journey, she is now nearly a year into the journey. And how much weight have you lost, Beth?
I've lost 3 stone.
3 stone, yeah. And your clothes? Feel
Dropped.
better?
So I went from maybe a size 16 to I'm now probably a 10, 12.
It's amazing. It's so cool. And I would say that the biggest impact is how Beth feels in yourself, isn't it? So we talked a lot about Beth's priorities in her life, and she's now making much more time for yourself, aren't you, Beth? And how would you say you feel in yourself now?
I feel a lot more just confident. So I think when I went out at Christmas, whereas before, so going back a year ago, I'd wear leggings, big jumpers, big baggy t-shirts. When I went out at Christmas and to Christmas parties and out with the girls, I was wearing, a skirt with a top tucked in. So rather than trying to hide my belly, I was a lot more self-confident, and just over massively changed.
Yeah, and you haven't stopped, have you? You're keeping going. You're training 3 times a week, and you're feeling good and more energy, and it's just brilliant. So what would you say to someone who is sitting at home, who wants to start but is just generally quite scared?
I think you've just got to take the leap, and I think although it is scary, it's either you can sit there and be unhappy and scared, or just go for it. There's no harm in trying, and finding out what works for you, because I've done a lot before, food wise, and none of it's worked. And then just taking that jump into a PT, it's something that I've never stuck to anything like this. So if I had just took that leap of faith and thought, do you know what, why not? it'll be worth it. Will be worth it.
Yeah, and you've just done brilliantly. You've done absolutely brilliantly. And so Beth's still trying to find her love with running. That's the thing, I love running. And but you love weights, you love all the different stuff in the gym, you love the bike, don't you?
Yeah.
You love getting out and being active. It's brilliant. You have just completely turned your life around, and we're all really proud of you, Beth. And everyone who comes to the studio knows you and is proud of you and your journey. So as well as Beth coming on here to share her story, it's me being able to say to Beth how proud I am of her and how grateful I am to her for everything she's done. It's very emotional. And but yeah, so if you want to come and train with us, give us a call. Everyone's really friendly, aren't they, Beth? And even though we're online at the moment, we're all still there on Zoom. Yeah. Everyone's still supporting each other. So cool. Wow. Keep going, Beth. It's awesome.